Hi everyone and welcome to another video. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen a few weeks ago that I posted a few CDs I picked up at a record fair in Grimsby. Now, what I didn't show on Instagram was that actually I'd spent pretty much the whole day in Grimsby, and as well as being in the record fair in the morning, I also went to a few charity shops and also a record shop in Grimsby that afternoon. So I picked up a fair whack of CDs and one record that day. I'm going to go through them all now. I'm going to go through what I posted on Instagram first, just talk a little about them. So if you want to see what I bought from the charity shops and the record store later on, stick around and I'll talk about them after. Now, like I said, I am on Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, please do go check that out. I post a lot more regularly on there than I do on YouTube. So yeah, I have lots of interesting things going on there. Definitely head over to Instagram, and it's the same name, just Britpop Buzz. I'm on there, lots of good stuff. So, like I said, I went to the record fair in Grimsby, and I did pick up, although I am at heart a CD collector, I do pick up the odd piece of vinyl every now and then when it's really, really cheap. And the only one that I picked up that day was this 7-inch single by the indie band Blessed Ethel. Now, this is the debut single by Blessed Ethel, I'm not sure how it's said, and that is Dog on 7-inch, and it was in a 50p 7-inch bucket, do you know what I mean? And once I'd scanned, I'd heard of the name before, but I wanted to check if it was, I checked on Discogs to see if it was available on CD as well, because if it was available on CD, I would have probably left it. But it's only available on this 7-inch. And also when I checked on Discogs, it came in a black or a purple version. And I'm very happy to say that this is the purple version. And I know before people put in the comments, don't hold it like that. Don't hold it like that. Hold it at the edge like I'm doing now. But I have to get it out of the cardboard sleeve somehow. So here it is. This was the purple version. It was 50p. So yeah, I will definitely be looking to grab more Blessed Ethel as I add more to my collection. Not in any rush to get anything like that, but if anyone has any spare Blessed Ethel CDs knocking about that I don't really want anymore, please reach out and let me know, and I would love to add them to my collection. And like I said, this is their debut single, Dog, only available on 7-inch single. And when I've been looking at this, it says all tracks produced by John Robb. John Robb, the famous singer of The Membranes. He's got a book out about Oasis this year. He's on TV, he does a lot of Britpop stuff as well. Do you know what I mean? He's quite famous in the musical circles and online and that. But yeah, love that. So it includes, it only has 2 songs. The A side is Dog and the B side has Something Weird and Crystal Tips. Also, there's 3 songs on here. And Blessed Ethel only released 1 album and a couple of singles as well. So, this came out in 1993 and the album came out 3 years later. So I've got that bit of vinyl in my collection. And next onto the CDs. So let me have a look through which one we're going to talk about first. Let's talk about this album, Baby Bird, Dying Happy. Now, everyone knows Baby Bird for the song You're Gorgeous, but what I didn't know was, until I went on Discogs, and there's the inside there, is that he sort of had 2 bands going at the same time. Well, at least that's what it looks like on Discogs. This could just be the 3rd album and I'm reading Discogs wrong. But this is a full album and it came out, these says these songs were recorded between 1988 and 95, so I think this is a compilation more than an actual album. It says 97 there, so maybe, yeah, I have grown to like Baby Bird more and more. The more I listen to it, it's like poetic music. It's really good stuff, and there's so much more than the song You're Gorgeous, so much depth to it, and I do like picking up more Baby Bird. I can't remember the song is. What's his name? I forget it all the time. He hates the word Britpop anyway. His name's gone off the tip of my tongue. It is. I can't remember his name. What is his name? I don't even tell you in here. But anyway, I'll probably remember his name when I finish with this recording. Don't even say his... I can't remember his name. But anyway, that's Baby Bird. Next, I picked up... another album from the record fair. I picked up the album One for the Modern by Ocean Colour Scene. This is their 4th album, out in 1999. Not as popular as the 2 before it, Mosley Shoals and Marching already, but still some bangers on this. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is just when the peak was them 2, and then this one is just sort of the aftermath of the peak. Still got some good songs on it. Definitely really good there. Quality album from 1999. After Britpop's gone and indie music has pretty much died out. Pop has become more pop again, popular. Yeah, One for the Modern. Great stuff. Next up is a band that I knew nothing about, and that is the band Stiltskin. And I've listened to this. I really liked it. And I've not heard anything else apart from... There is another song I've heard on YouTube. I can't remember what it's called. Probably the more popular song of theirs. But I do like this Stiltskin, and it's definitely one that I'm going to investigate more. This came out in 1995. Rest in peace. Really liked this. This had a... No one will probably agree with me. This had a sort of Ocean Colour Scene to it feel as well. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think that's the sort of sound they're more pop known for. But yeah, that's Stiltskin. I also picked up the debut EP by Echo Belly from there. This is the Bellyache EP. This came out in 1993. 4 songs. There's the inside. Really great to have this collection. Echo Belly, sorry. Growing in popularity, I feel, over the past year. As Britpop has been riding a wave of momentum and getting back in people's consciousness. I've seen a few pubs doing Britpop, some of things been on the radio. Echo Belly have sort of jumped up again in popularity, especially in terms of the other bands who have got back together, who were at the same sort of level, like Space and the Boo Radleys. Echo Belly have definitely been out there doing their thing and doing really good at it, being really good at it as well. So that was that. I picked up another single by the Darling Buds. This is Crystal Clear from, let me see, what date is this? Have I got a date written down for this? Yeah, 1990. This is only the 2nd single of theirs I've got. Not listened to this yet, but I am growing to like them, the Darling Buds. It's one of them bands I'm just slowly picking up as and when I see stuff. Yeah. One of them early 90s bands who should really have done better, the Darling Buds. Next, I got the Super Furry Animals, If You Don't Want Me to Destroy You. Now, the only reason I've picked this up, I only have their 2nd album, Radiator, on CD, don't have anything else. But I saw this, and it's got the iconic Super Furry Animals tank on it, and that's what made me pick it up. I was like, right, I'm going to get this, because I've been holding out until I found a big bundle of Super Furry Animals CDs and singles and albums on eBay I can pick up. Really good. But I saw this, and it's got the iconic tank on it. That made me pick it up and just buy it. If I get it again in a bundle and I end up with a double, so what? This is really good. Do you know what would be really good if someone made a model of it? Do you know what I mean? To have out on display, put on shelves somewhere. But it's not my favourite song of theirs. Well, actually, it's growing on me, this song is. So it could be, it's definitely my top 3 Super Furry Animal songs. But yeah, that's If You Don't Want Me to Destroy You. And the last thing I bought from that record fair is the re-release of the Boomtown Rats song, I Don't Like Mondays. Now, I've always had a soft spot for this song, and I can't say I've listened to anything else by them, because I think I've heard one song, but I couldn't tell you it. And I don't have any albums, but I feel it's one of them bands that I need to go and listen to and find more about. Like I said, this was the re-release of it. What's the date? This in 1994. So it's got 4 songs. Rat Trap, that's the other song I probably know by them. And it says this is taken from the forthcoming album Loudmouth, the best of the Boomtown Rats and Bob Geldof. So maybe I should go look for that, if that came out in 94 or 95. But I do like this song. And I feel I need to go and listen to some more of the Boomtown Rats, Bob Geldof. Definitely give that a listen. So that was everything I got from that post on Instagram that I got from the record fair. I think I spent £5 in total. When you do go to record fairs, like I said in my previous video, it's hit or miss whether you actually find any CDs, and if you do, they're not good quality or they're very expensive. And I felt I went to Grimsby, there was not many stores there, I think 3 maximum, and the one I got these off, these were all off one seller and like I said, I think I spent £5 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CDs there, 2 albums, 2 albums, the rest are singles, and then I paid 50p for the Blessed Ethel record. So not a bad little haul in total. And like I said, when I went there, I grabbed some lunch. I was with my daughter on that day. She likes to come record hunting with me now, and we've gone as far as Leeds as terms in for record fairs go, and that's probably the best one we've been to all year. So, but hopefully going to get to a couple more before the end's out. Definitely checking out some more car boots. And so once we had something to eat, we went further into Grimsby, because that was quite on, I wouldn't say on the outside skirts, but, and I hit a couple of charity shops. Now, I picked up 4 CD singles from charity shops. 4? Yes, I picked up 4. And so here I said I got 4, but I've only got 3 to hand, because I'm going to talk about the one that I've seemed to have lost in the mess that is around me. And that is, I picked up Bohemian What Like You by the Dandy Warhols single. Now, American indie band, 90s, the Dandy Warhols, that's probably their most famous song. But I want to get really into them. I like that, and there's another song of theirs that I've heard that I've really liked. I'm going to start looking for their albums. Definitely going to get into the Dandy Warhols and add them to the collection. But as I don't have it, I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to show you this one that I picked up instead, and that is, I bought the CD single for Ocean Colour Scene and The Day We Caught the Train. Great song, definitely known for this, and definitely the Riverboat song. Comes with 4 songs in total. The Clock Struck 15 Hours Ago, I Need a Love Song, and Chicken Bones and Stones. Can't go wrong with that. Ocean Colour Scene. They're forever going to be put with that mod scene. Got the moped there. So yeah, got that. Now the next 2, up on screen now is a picture of where I found these 2. And there's a lot of CDs on the shelf, but I only found 2 CDs. One is not in a case. One is, and that is 2 CDs by the band Symposium, and I got the single Blue, and I also got the single CD2 of the song Fair Weather Friend. Now, Symposium, late 90s sort of indie punk band. They are an indie band, got quite famous, well known for their live shows. And Fair Weather Friend, great song, you know what I mean, great song, Ryan. But my favourite song of theirs is probably, well, my top 3 Symposium songs would be The Reason Why I Hate You, Fair Weather Friend, and you know what, this song that I've got here has grown on me so much that God, it's just falling apart in my hand, this postcard. Oh, it's come out and now it's not going back in. Right, I'll leave that till after. It's just not there, it's just slid back in. So yeah, Symposium Blue came on this here. This is the disc for it. That song has really grown on me, Symposium Blue. Really, really like it. So they're my top 3 Symposium songs. I got the compilation album that came out a couple of years ago. I couldn't get to the show to see them, but they have got some quality tunes in amongst all their songs. Definitely go check Symposium out. We're on Top of the Pops in the late 90s. Definitely one of them bands that have been forgotten and are worth a revisit if you remember them. So I went, as well as going to them charity shops, I also hit a record store in Grimsby. And it is on screen now is a picture of the album Volcanoes by Tiny Munro. Now this is the only time I've seen this album out in the wild. Tiny Munro, small Britpop band, never made it big, do you know what I mean? They were on the same record label as Marion and Menswear. If you haven't seen my video talking about Alan Parks, who worked at Laurel and / London Records at that time period, we talk about Tiny Munro in that video. They're definitely a very small Britpop band that didn't last very long. Even though he worked for that record company, he didn't know that they'd released an album until I told him in that video, and he was like, oh, I didn't know. So yeah, they were around and then they just disappeared. But like I said, this is the only time I've seen that album in the wild. I bought it in a bundle, a Tiny Munro bundle off eBay about a year ago. So yeah, if you want it, if you're interested, it's there in Grimsby. But I also picked up 3 other albums while I was there. And the albums I picked up are the second album by Hull band Kingmaker. Got the debut, not had anything else for ages, and I saw this in there and I was like, right, they have got some quality songs after the debut, and this is definitely gone in the collection. And it's got Armchair Anarchist, Queen Jane. They were 2 singles released off this album. Just seeing if I recognise them. 10 Years of Sleep is on here. That was another single. This is a Kingmaker. Together now. Unfortunately, they are without their original vocalist. He's no longer with the band for reasons. He fell out of love with the music industry. The band broke up in the 90s. But they are back together now with a new singer, and they are still touring every year. They play the Shine On Festival every other year. Sell out shows up and down the country, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's Kingmaker, second album, Sleepwalking. Great to have that. I also picked up the debut album of the Lightning Seeds with, do you know what, I am rubbish with names today. Ian Brody, that's it, Ian Brody. There we go, 1990. Virgin Records, you know what I mean? Great album. It's got the songs Pure, do you know what I mean? Well, I say Pure, I think I might be wrong. That's the only single off the album, but I'm not sure. But debut album, did it all himself. I've read his book, great book. Yeah, I think I have all the 90s Lightning Seeds now album. I've got nothing after the 90s. But maybe I should go check that out. And then finally, and it did cost me £5, I'm not going to lie, I picked up the original Sci-Fi Lullabies CD box by Suede. Didn't have it, I've never had it, but I picked this up there. And with the re-release earlier this year, where this was sort of just an add-on, if you know what I mean, to the new one, which covers everything in the 2000s. I think I wanted this in my collection more than just going and buying the new one as an add-on. I wanted this. It's all the B-sides from all the singles throughout the year. Do you know what I mean? 2 CD box set. And I love, do you know what one? Suede. It's for the B-sides from the first 3 albums. I've already ripped this and it's on my tablet and I listen to it at work. Great songs. And like I said, this was actually the first time I've seen this in the wild as well. And in fact, Kingmaker as well. I've seen the Ian Brody one, but this is in such excellent condition. It's the first time I've picked it up, otherwise it's always been really bad condition. So I was really happy to pick all 3 of them up. And on the day, happy to pick up all them CDs I've got today and that day and add to my collection. So let me know in the comments if you've got any of them CDs. Let me know if you have any preference song on them albums. I always chat and talk to anyone who leaves a comment. Please leave the video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.